Emerging.
Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to summon mobs with effects on them. So for example, if you want a creeper with like regeneration 5 or anything like that, I can show you this. So let's just start by getting some command blocks and some buttons here so we can start demonstrating. So what mob should we demonstrate on? Let's do it just on a villager. So the first thing we're going to need to do is just summon the villager. So we're going to say /summon villager, just relative to the command block, and up 1. So, this is just going to be our basic village summoner. It's just going to summon our villager. Not really anything particularly awesome, so let's just copy this command and move on. So the next thing that we're going to do, we're actually going to kind of give them the effect. We have to go in this in data tags, and we're going to say active effects, like so. And then we're going to put it in the square brackets and then the brackets. Now these curly brackets inside these square brackets are going to be all the active effects. So if you want to have like 4 different effects, then just make 4 brackets with commas in between them like that, and that is how you're going to specify the effects. So let's just use one first, and then we'll kind of get more in depth as we go on. So let's copy this and go here. So the first thing we're going to want to do, we're going to have to choose what effect we want, and we're going to say ID like this, and then the effect ID. So if you don't know the effects, then you can just look it up. I'm pretty sure it's on the Minecraft Wikipedia page. I will leave that in the description for you guys to check out. So let's just use an effect that we can easily see. Let's just use invisibility. So we're going to say 14. Okay, so this guy now has invisibility. We're going to summon him, but as you see, he's not invisible. So what's going on here? Well, technically, he was invisible, but the thing is, he never had any time to be invisible. The time for invisibility was 0. So we have to specify a duration. So we're going to say duration here, like so, and say how long we want him to be invisible. If you want this effect to last forever, you just say 1 million, and it'll pretty much last for forever. Let's just do it for this is in text by the way, so let's just do 250. So I think that's a few seconds, so he will now be invisible for like a few seconds. So as you see, you can kind of see the particles though. He's like running that way, it looks like. Let's kind of follow the particles until the effect dies off. There, okay, you see the effect just died after 250 ticks. So, I believe that like 1/20th of a tick is every second. I'm not sure though. You could just look that up, or just kind of experiment it with yourself. Now, we're gonna actually come over here and use a different effect for this. So, let's say we kind of want to have like a different amount of power. So let's summon a zombie with like weakness. So let's change this to a zombie over here, or let's do a spider. And now the spider's gonna have weakness, which I believe is 6. I'm not sure. I changed my mind. Let's just give him speed. So let's summon this guy. And so as you see here, the spider, he has the speed. So if we come into game mode 0 here and kind of piss this guy off, he is running a little bit faster than a normal spider would. So here's how we actually kind of make it so instead of just doing 1, the ability to do like multiple. We're gonna use the tag amplifier. Now I believe 1, just a amplifier value of 1 will just be like plus. It's just plus. So if we want him to have like speed 11 or speed 10, we would just say 9. So that'd be 9 amplified onto what he already has. So let's come back into game mode 0 here, and when we touch this guy, you see he is running at us really fast, I believe. Okay, well, maybe the spider's just kind of being retarded there. But yeah, that's how you specify that. And now another thing you saw all the particles coming off of him, and if you don't want the particles, then what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to say the tag ambient. Now what ambient does, it basically says either show the particles or not. If you do it 0, then there's not gonna be a difference. Still seeing the particles, so it's kind of pointless. But if you do it to 1, then it's going to, it's hiding the particles. If you get really close, you can kind of see like a tiny occasional particle, but it's a lot less. So that's how you hide the particles. So now if you want to do multiple effects, what you're gonna have to do, you're just going to have to basically the exact same format we went over. In this, just copy this thing in the little brackets, but then you just put a comma here, and then you can specify your other effects. So let's say we want him to have like regeneration, or like if you're doing a boss battle and you don't want the boss to be able to die like right away, you could give him like let's say ID 11, so resistance for a duration of like let's say 200, so like 10 seconds, amplifier of 5. So since it's an amplifier of 5, he can't die because it's pretty much invincibility. And then we can say like ambient 0 because we want the players to be able to tell when he is invincible. So let's summon him, and as you see, he still has the particles going. So if we try and kill him, we can't because he has the invincibility. So that's going to last for about 10 seconds. And as you see, the particles just stop, which means he is ready to be killed. So there you go, guys. That's how you do that. If you want to go into like custom naming mobs, not entirely related, you get how to do this now, but I will just add that on just as kind of a little bonus. So what you do for names, you're going to say, let's put this at the very end, new data tag called custom name, like so, and then, can't get this right, custom name, there you go, little colon, and then you can just say whatever his name is. So we're going to call him the Spider, let's see if we can spell this, Spider King, like this, summon him, and now every time we look at him, you'll see his name is Spider King. But, it's kind of, if you want him, you see his name is only visible when we look like right at him. So, that could kind of be like something you want, that could be something that you don't want. But if you do want it to be like that, then you can just leave it like this. But if you don't, what you can do, you come here and you say custom name visible. And this is basically how far away you can see the name. So let's say we want it to be visible from like basically infinite. We just say 200. And let's actually change this guy to like a villager. Now, I already did a video on like customizing villager traits, but like let's say we want this to be like fishing poles. This guy like sells fishing poles. So let's come over here and change him to villager. And let's say we want this villager to be invincible, so basically unkillable. So let's kind of get rid of the effect here, the first one. So basically now we're going to have this invincible villager who has, so we changed the duration here to 1 million, as I said. So now this villager is going to be like invincible for forever, and his custom name is villager fishing poles, and we can see it from like basically like we don't even have to be looking at him. Okay, wait, I might have messed up here. Custom name visible. Custom name visible. It's sorry about that. So let's kill him really quick. Kill at E type equals villager. Okay. So, and that would be the only way to actually kill them. Either that or dropping him in the void. And if you don't want to kill other ones, you can just say radius of like 1 or something. So as you see now, we don't have to look at him, and we can see fishing poles. And let's say we don't want this to be the active, so let's just set it to 1. And there you go. So we have our villager now who sells fishing poles. He doesn't actually sell fishing poles, but we have our villager here. You can see his name and everything. He's all customized just like you want it. He has all of his effects, and yeah, that's how this all works, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more stuff like this, and leave a comment telling me what you want to see next. I will see you guys later.
Emerging.